UFC sports. It's in the game.
Oh, money. But they really wanna be above us. When they see it on the top, all is mine. I'm looking down, I can see that you're clouded. No, they wanna be above us. Where the top, all is mine.
And we are live once again with the Stream-A-Thon. It is day 27 of the Stream-A-Thon. Back-to-back vocal streams following Madden NFL 26. And of course, this is UFC 5, where we'll be doing our upcoming pay-per-view, UFC 6 Volition in Vegas, headlined by a huge co-main event for the UFC Light Heavyweight Championship. It is the champion Israel Adesanya defending against the former UFC World Heavyweight Champion and former UFC Light Heavyweight Champion Chuck the Iceman Liddell. Make sure as well to tune into the main event of the evening live from the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. It is going to be for the UFC World Heavyweight Championship. Daniel Cormier, who won a brutal #1 contenders match at the prior UFC pay-per-view, March 3rd, 2026. Day 3 in the Stream-A-Thon. He will challenge the World Heavyweight Champion Quinton Rampage Jackson. There is so much more matches on the card coming up. We've got a few loser must retire matches. We've got quite a lot of championship matches live for Volition in Vegas. And before we head off, I'm going to be doing some real quick promoting. Kira Slaying, Instagram, check that out. Usually the doodles go there and whatnot. Occasionally, I will market the shit out of my Twitch on there as well. After all, the only way I'm going to presentation and obviously audio and things of that degree, you know, those type of improvements. I may actually turn on the purple app and tune into one of my favourite streamers, Goddess_Kira, and I may actually even drop the odd message like going, ass, amazing, the best Twitch streamer I've seen in years and whatnot. Make sure to tune into my Twitter, where I occasionally post when I'm going live, the announcement of things are live, stream announcements, time zones, stream schedules, whatnot, go there. Same with YouTube, Goddess_Kira. And of course, the main event, tuning in to Goddess_Kira on Twitch, where, you know, the more chance of growth, more chance of making this little pipe dream known as Twitch streaming into potentially a life-altering reality where I could potentially be making a living off streaming video games. So with all that being said, I'll do the music intro and whatnot, and we will be getting right into UFC 6 Volition in Vegas.
So, think you're ready for the UFC, huh?
Manhattan. We go to manage events. Here we go. UFC 6 Volition in Vegas. We kick off Volition in Vegas live from the T-Mobile Arena in Vegas, Nevada, the fight capital of the world, with the battle of the Hughes. M. Hughes, T. Hughes, the loser must retire. A huge matchup for the ages.
Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight fight. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Butcher.
1 win, 0 draws, 0 losses. 1 win, 0 draws, 0 losses. It is the battle of the Hughes. Here we go. M versus T.
Unofficial home base T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, Nevada,
a feud enriched in great traditions and history and whatnot.
Beautiful diving strike
lands. Originating.
What a strike from off of his back.
There we go. Of noise. And not the good type, you know, that mommy and daddy, the bang 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 type of noise. And MU's taking it to 3, the TQ's 3 rounds in this UFC heavyweight clash. And you can just see the nose already busted open. His TQ taking a beating from M. And the leg now working their way on his leg. And you can just see the blood on the body and going down onto the canvas of the octagon. Here. Oh, and a flush kick by Hughes, with jabs and kicks by M. Hughes. Hughes on Hughes. Like the leg. Oh! Hughes, if he takes any more damage to the leg, he cannot continue on one leg.
Under 2 minutes to go in a back
Nobody
and
ever
forth
won a match
here.
when they were the one-legged person in the Arctic contest. The kick's now raining in. By T. Hughes fighting. Both combatants, 1 victory each. That's on March the 3rd at the O2 in London.
Taking long to get a good read on his opponent. Another good series of
Quite
kicks.
the headache of sorts to get a lot of these combatants to the States.
Oh, big diving punch
Complaining and
oh man, he's still targeting that cut, and it is getting worse by the minute.
demanding another UK show.
As his opponent postures up, he opens
But
it.
Dana White said, no, yous are coming to the States and yous are fucking fighting.
Big ground and pound.
And it's on the ground and pound goes MQ kind of eviscerate their competition.
Waning seconds here of this opening round.
So maybe an arm triangle. It's locked in.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round.
TQ saved by the bell. You can just see the blood all over.
At the end of the round, saved by the bell. So back to the stool. Mentally, probably not in a great place here. We'll see
And
if
that
he can
nose
recover and
is
get himself back into this
severely
fight.
busted wide open. You
Watch
can
the
see
fighter
the
heads
damage
back to the stool, and man, that is a severe cut that
of
he's dealing with. We'll
TQ's
see if they
busted
call it
nose.
the ringside physician. All right, so now we have some real adversity. There's a cut on the nose. Hard to know if that's impacting the breathing, but some definite damage in that previous
craving
some real damage.
this enjoyment, this
like that,
barbaric
that is in
pleasure.
A bad spot. Because every time you get hit on the nose, it's so jarring,
getting
and then
eviscerated.
the blood starts to go down into the mouth.
In
He's got an uphill battle ahead of him.
in the octagon after his big win in his UFC debut. As well as MPs, they won on their debut.
Yeah, he is not kicking through the leg, he's kicking
But
the leg.
MPs does have a few
his
cuts,
opponent limping now all around
mainly from the blood of Hughes, but the kicks are raining in.
Another straight left.
Hughes now working on the body, and great flush, knee to the head, and and Hughes responds, vicious kicks, the knees and strikes, and right to the body.
He's bleeding like crazy, champ. The stream is steady. At what point do you at least call in the doctor to look at the cut?
You got to right now. I mean,
that left leg and is getting worked on. The nose injury, of course, and the body shot.
Being landed on both sides.
You can just see the damage on Hughes already. And this is only the second round. The first fight on this huge card. And we're going to be seeing legends of the MMA world. We're going to see huge title matches. And we're just seeing two people wanting to beat the ever-living fucking shit out of one another tonight.
Step in here. He will call on the doctor to look at that nose that is unrecognizable at this stage of the fight.
His nose is broken.
The nose is severely damaged.
Down into his mouth. It looks like he's having a very difficult time breathing.
Yeah, and he wants to continue, but he will
Hughes has won. It's a doctor's stoppage.
Like it, but the doctor has to protect the fighters. With that,
T.
we now go
Hughes
inside
must
the
retire,
octagon.
but he doesn't go down.
Ladies
He
and gentlemen,
cannot
the
fight.
doctor has called a stop to this fight. Declaring the winner by TKO Butcher.
T. Hughes, he upgraded his physique, he got a lot more hours in the gym, but it just wasn't enough, and M. Hughes is 2-0 in the UFC. A doctor stoppage. Back to drinking some more alcohol, potentially, for one of the combatants in that fight. And we move on to the UFC Flyweight Championship match of the world. It is the champion against TJ Dillashaw. Here comes the challenger, TJ Dillashaw.
Tyler here tonight. Not a lot of body fat on this TJ Dillashaw, the former two-time UFC bantamweight champion, and he will go down, DC, as one of the best 135-pound fighters of all time.
Across the board, people believe he's number 1A of 1 and 2 with Dominic Cruz. One of the best fighters the division's ever seen. A phenomenal wrestler. Has very striking
Fighting out of
skills.
Sonora, California, United States of America.
Early in his first UFC title fight. And then the finishing sequence in the second Raw fight was unreal. 20-something strikes in a row before the referee stepped in to stop it. Just a fantastic finisher.
Well-rounded fighter, good wrestling game, being an MMA pro since 2010.
But even the way he dominates perennial contender types like John Lineker and Rafael Assunção, Dillashaw, when he has it all going, he is as tough and out as
Here we
anybody
go,
at
the first
135.
of many title fights tonight. And here he is, the UFC Flyweight Champion.
All right, right, folks, doesn't get a whole lot better than this. The reigning, defending, undisputed UFC flyweight champion making the walk for his latest title defense, and there's a lot of reasons we're sold out tonight. Chief among them, the presence of one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world. He's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and he's also one of the greatest flyweights you've ever seen. This guy can do everything.
Fighting at a Hakka, Myanmar.
Made to be a UFC fighter, from his preparation to his media appearances, to the way that he speaks about himself as the champion. This guy just has it, and that it will carry him to another title.
Some people suggested
maybe his pro debut in 2021, made his UFC debut on June 24, 2023, and has won 6 in a row.
With that, both fighters have now graced the octagon. They will lock the door behind them, ready to go with a crazy fight here at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas today.
Backstage, we've just seen TVs. Already board a flight back to the United Kingdom with a pint of alcohol.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main
very upset with what the interview was. Couldn't believe his last fight was doctor stoppage.
For the undisputed UFC Flyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the former UFC Bantamweight Champion, TJ Dillashaw!
TJ Dillashaw, former Bantamweight Champion. He's fighting out of Houston, Texas.
Herb Dean, third man in the octagon tonight. Well, with no shortage of momentum, here's the UFC Bantamweight champion, TJ Dillashaw. His striking has gone to a completely different level under Dwayne Bang Ludwig, training at Elevation
Joshua
there in
Vanna
Colorado. TJ Dillashaw, three-time NCAA qualifier as a wrestler in college, but known primarily as a striker.
See the blood already on the mat. And that was less than the broken nose of one King Hughes, the former UFC combatant, losing his second fight. Dan
back to his feet. Oh, he lands a massive kick here. Some real power shots here. Nice leg kick. Oh, you land, I land. Is that what we're doing here?
Punches raining down to both Van and TJ.
Here. He's taking a lot of shots upstairs, and the swelling is there to prove it. Put those hands up. Oh,
TJ is very vicious. Vicious fighter is all TJ Dillashaw. Now the ground game, of course, TJ should be well adversed in the ground game. Former wrestler.
Now drops inside that closed guard, DC. Full guard. Let's see how right now.
Going for an arm triangle.
He tried to set up an arm triangle choke. He needs to secure the left arm, push it across, and secure it with his head.
Choke. Is he going to choke?
He's bridging.
He's not choking.
He was
Van out
of
that vicious arm triangle hold by TJ.
Kick. That one landed.
All right, well, you can still attack the thigh, right? We talk so much about calf
Make sure
kicks,
to
but
tune
that's
in
been
tomorrow.
a pretty effective weapon
The next stream is day 28. It'll be Assassin's Creed Valhalla. And then, of course, at 12, make sure to tune in again for Assassin's Creed Mirage. As we slowly creep towards the end of the Stream-A-Thon.
He has landed a high number of total strikes. Exactly the aggression you'd like to see, given what is at stake here tonight.
Oh, nice.
TJ. Playing games. Oh, he catches Van trying to fight back. Got TJ doing some Damian Maia against Anderson Silvertrix.
Round one winding down here. Oh, roundhouse kick. Style points
And
on
another
that
kick.
one.
And
5 minutes in the books.
oh,
All right, so there's the end of the round. You see the blood trickling down as he makes his way back to the stool. Cut on the bridge of the nose,
round
or so
one.
it appears from the strike in that round. Cut man getting right to work.
you can see Joshua Van
All
cut
right, so there's the end of the
right
round.
across
And
the eye. There's
on
the
one
blood.
side, thrill on the other, agony after that knockdown.
Yeah, he
Painting
was able to really
the
damage him
octagon's
with that big
canvas.
punch. You see the hands, the speed, how sharp he is, how technical he is. It allows him to land in spots where his opponent is winging punches. Great strike landed, great punch landed to put his opponent down.
We've just heard reports that T. Hughes has arrived now back in the United Kingdom. He's heading straight to a hospital to check out the broken nose. We wish all the best to T. Hughes in his career post UFC.
Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about
Even though he never won anything,
really showed any signs
no titles, one win, one loss. He never went down.
He's still on his feet, but he's not up.
TJ getting a lot more lethargic, and Van now. Oh, and TJ responds.
Lands a nice 1-2. Big right hand there. Well, this is absolutely the hurt business. It's hard to see which party is more injured, but I think both fighters have been really effective with their
he's
strikes.
playing.
Yeah, both guys have been affected. Both guys have been
Oh, the punch connects. Not the kick.
Drunk driving out there. We'll see if he can recover.
Oh!
And that will do it.
Oh my God!
Joshua Van.
Yeah, that right there is a high-level knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Crowd absolutely loving it. Just a perfect shot to end the fight. Landed flush. I'm not even sure his opponent saw it coming. So a huge, huge win for that young
Both
fighter.
men thinking the same. Joshua Van just nails Dillashaw. And TJ head first into the mat.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Deans called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 43 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC flyweight champion of the world, Joshua the Fearless Van.
And still UFC flyweight
Joshua
champion.
Van, still the UFC flyweight champion of the
when you have
world.
a champion like this, it's hard to say 125 division doesn't matter. People tune in to watch him
And
perform.
our
He
next
is a
fight,
great
it is
fighter.
another loser must retire match. As one of the legends of the MMA world challenges the GOAT. He has arrived.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting a member of the UFC Hall of Fame,
Hoist Gracie, winner of the first ever tournament back in 1993 at UFC 1. And he will challenge the Ghost on a 0-1 streak. He has not won a single fight. Of course, you can see he's got into quite a lot of shape. He's shaved. His hair is a bit more different, shall we say, but Hoist Gracie is not going to show any sort of easy task for the Ghost. Oh, the Ghost tries to go for a Superman punch. This is just full-on assault.
Oh, another ground strike gets through.
In some circumstances, the Ghost kind of deserves this. Oh, and he takes the kick. This could be over in a mere amount of seconds.
Yeah, looks a little wobbly on his feet. Big shots
And the
landed by
punches
him
are
now.
reined in.
Takes his back now. Ooh, diving punch lands.
What does Hoist Gracie have in mind on
Gracie's trying to lock up on a submission now. Oh,
here
that looks
Livingstone, and he's going for a choke. Arm triangle. He's going to try and choke him out. Making here Livingstone tap out like the little bitch.
Look at how he brought his hips up in the air.
And now for a rear naked choke.
To swing himself back to his chest being facing the mat. What a beautiful
Livingstone, oh, and he tapped.
Oh my goodness.
Hoist Gracie.
Jeez Louise.
wow, an unbelievable result here tonight by way of submission, and he bided his time there. He
Brutalizing.
stayed patient, waited
Hey,
for an
Livingstone.
opening, and then when it was there, he certainly capitalized to get the tap here tonight.
For what
All right, let's take a
for
look
what
back at the replay as he gets
he may
it
have
done by submission tonight.
physically
He does a great
changing,
job of staying patient.
it
He
seems
doesn't
to be he
rush or
neglected
panic. You are never safe
gym.
when you're fighting this guy. You're in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble the entire
Hoist Gracie
time when you're this
picks up
good
the
in the
win.
submissions.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 41 seconds of the very first round. For the winner by submission, Hoist Gracie.
Hoist
Well, the
Gracie.
celebration is on in his corner.
He has
hard to blame
submitted
these
the
guys
likes
who
of
are
Dan
waiting to
Severn,
exhale,
Ken
get a
Shamrock.
huge win tonight, and not just the win, but they get it by submission.
They knew what they
And
had in
he
front of them. They
put
knew how
away
tough
and
a
ended
competitor
the
his opponent
UFC
was, but they also
career
knew that
of
if they could get this fight to the
Livingstone.
ground, they could find a submission. They found a submission. He got his hand raised in the way that he loves the most.
And our next match, another loser must leave. Fight. It is another Englishman versus Brazilian.
Our tail of the tape for this light heavyweight
It's
tilt.
Andy Cook. Again,
All right, now for the
Anderson
particulars,
Silva.
here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting
Here he is,
at
the
the
former
middleweight.
middleweight champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is the former UFC middleweight champion
The
and the
Spider.
member of the UFC Hall of Fame, Anderson, the Spider Silva. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner,
A Croft.
Rible.
A 0 match win streak.
So here he is, Anderson Silva,
his
with
last
his
fight.
infectious energy. There is always a big
But
time
Anderson's
feel
not
in
gonna
the
make it
arena.
that easy.
And Anderson Silva great.
For one A Croft.
Now he's back down.
Oh, and Croft fighting back.
Now we're going.
A Croft
Postures up now and lands
scurrying
the vicious
away.
head strike. All right, so perhaps he's going to have to address something defensively. There is a legitimate cut around his eye.
Yeah, he got it.
Oh! And a bludgeon and
And his opponent
bloody
seems to be on his way out of the
Croft
fight.
up. What do you think of the triangle choke?
Working off of his back here. Looks like he
Elbow
may try to
mount.
hip escape.
Thinking of
Looks
submission.
like he's trying for a
It's
submission
in.
now.
Triangle.
Oh, compromising spot
Bad
here.
shadow. It's the triangle choke. Made famous by The Undertaker.
Oh, looks like he's safe now.
Wow, that's crazy because generally when you're that deep into a triangle,
Once
you do
Croft
not
get up.
escape, but he remained calm and he found a way to get out and be safe.
Ground and
again.
pound.
Great
Ground
job
and pound by
defensively.
Silva.
Oh,
On
big shots here.
Croft.
All right, stacked guard here. The feet are on the hips. What do you think?
Oh, big takedown.
To the feet.
Oh, and a kick. And he is out.
with that knockout. If that is not the
Cross.
#1 play on SportsCenter tonight, I'm not sure
Knocked
what would
out.
top it. One of the best knockouts we've seen all year.
In a very long time. I have not seen someone look this good. He promised us something, and he delivered with that beautiful knockout.
Right to the back of the head, around the neck. Cross knocked out.
Bruce Buffer has your official decision.
May have suffered a
Ladies and
concussion.
gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest.
We know
At 2
Living
minutes,
Stone, the
30
ghost,
seconds of the very first round.
has drifted
Declaring the
back
winner
into the
by
realm of silence
knockout, Anderson
on the plane back to the UK.
Silva!
Whereabouts are unknown.
So another win tacked on to the total of one of the most decorated champions in UFC history. Anderson Silva does it again.
His
And
UFC
really
career is
he looked
over.
sharp tonight. You could tell
We wish
early
to
on in the
him
fight.
and Livingstone
The
well
future
on their
Hall of
future
Famer,
endeavours.
Anderson Silva getting it done in a big way here tonight.
And the final match on the undercard, Tyrone Woodley against Leon Edwards. He is Birmingham's own Leon Lucky Edwards.
Back to title contention and a heavyweight championship opportunity for this man, but he has put in all the right work, and a lot of people give him a great chance to get the job done tonight.
You know, when you've been there,
Huge clashes with John Jones.
There are a lot of things that are familiar, but how do you change the result? How do you assure that it's this time, during this chance, you ultimately walk away with the championship? He's been here before, John. The team's been here before. They are confident that this time they get it done.
2014 debut, started training when he was just 17.
He's got power, all the tools to wrest the belt away. We'll see if we have a new UFC heavyweight champion by that time.
Can Leon Edwards make England proud?
Ready to battle and take home that elusive UFC.
We certainly didn't see it with A. Cross and A. Livingstone or T. Hughes, although that was Dr. Stoppage. Amazing fight and character to not fall to the ground and accept defeat. And here comes Tyrone Woodley.
All right, so here's the former University of Missouri wrestler, one Tyron Woodley. First realized the UFC belt back in 2016, and this is a guy who poses a lot of different threats for this UFC welterweight division.
He's a problem. He's a guy that's very tough to prepare for because he has a great wrestling background, but he has this athleticism and this ability to put your lights out with that big right hand that you cannot even focus too much on stopping takedown. Tyron Woodley is truly one of the best welterweights in the world, one of the best fighters the UFC has ever seen.
Two-time NCAA Division I All-American back in 03 and
On March the 3rd, in a win,
certainly carved out a nice
the
niche in
former
MMA. Tyron
welterweight
Woodley
champion.
ready to add to his legacy here tonight. There he is, met with the 3-1-4. Tyron Woodley steps inside the octagon. He is ready to fight. Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight.
Here we go,
Here's
UFC
Bruce Buffer.
Heavyweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening.
Of course, the Heavyweight Championship will be in the main event since Quinton Rampage Jackson.
And now, 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the former UFC welterweight champion, Leon Rocky Edwards. presenting the former UFC welterweight champion,
There we are. It's the welterweight championship, not heavyweight. Due to them being in different weight classes, it's more of an open weight fight.
Leon Rocky Edwards, the perennial welterweight contender, still criminally underappreciated for my money. I just feel like
Woodley,
people don't give him the credit
USA,
he deserves
UK.
for just the overall mixed martial art. Back to the feet now. It's a big hook.
Oh my goodness!
Vicious kick.
Landing some nasty strikes.
And jabs and paws. Really quick title match for Tyrone.
Tremendous body kick lands from this guy.
Yet another huge kick lands. Kick to the body now. That one won't land.
Oh. Leon Edwards responding.
All right, so a good series of kicks by him there. He has mixed it up beautifully, I think, on the feet tonight.
He is kicking everywhere tonight. He's doing a fantastic job.
Modern fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up
Coming to the
or
side
pull his
control,
opponent
now
back
going to the
into
grappling.
him, so he doesn't have the posture to land that big damage.
Maybe thinking of submission.
Oh, right into side. Oh,
Into
could
the
get a finish
choke.
soon. Looks like a Darce choke.
That Darce is tight.
That choke is tight. Any more tighter
Oh,
and
he cleared it, and
it'll
he got
suffocate
He
you.
cleared the leg, got to his back, and now he's out of that
Woodley
Darce
tried a lot of these in his last
Oh, under the chin
in
here.
his title win.
Could be the end. He's able to work his way back to his feet.
Nice combination by the champ.
Oh, and he lands another combination here, really starting to get into a striking groove.
I mean, it's stringing them
Now the
together so
uppercut.
effectively. Never throwing the same attack more than once.
Oh, next kick.
Trying to recover, but he's in a lot of trouble.
Oh, massive kick, everything behind him.
Leon Edwards is
Big left
getting
hand lands upstairs.
destroyed at the moment. And oh, Edwards, he just can't continue.
Oh my goodness!
Tyrone Woodley.
Feel good.
T. Wood!
Boxing jab after one another. 3-hit combo, just too much. Tyrone Woodley. Oh, that's an injury. Edwards' leg.
Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee
Looking
Herb
to
Dean
see
has called a stop to this contest at
him
3 minutes, 39
walking.
seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Tyrone, the chosen one, Woodley.
Tyrone Woodley still
All right, so the chosen one, Tyron Woodley, getting his hand raised here tonight. He's probably dropping another LP tomorrow. It's a
the
good one
champion.
tonight.
He's a fantastic fighter.
Big win over lucky Leon Edwards. And next up it's Max Holloway and Paddy the Baddie Pimblett.
Well, Scousers don't get knocked out, and
Paddy.
that has been the case for
The
Paddy Pimblett,
Baddie.
at least to this point in his UFC career. Outstanding pedigree coming in, and he's got another big fight in front of him tonight, DC.
And he's going to continue to get big fights because when you have that thing, when you have that it factor about you, people want to tune in. That is what Paddy Pimblett has in spades. But not only can he fight, but not only can he draw people in, the guy can fight. He's a tremendous grappler, and he has confidence like not many guys that we've seen at such a young age in their career.
And don't let
Paddy
the
enjoying his time.
body composition fool you, because this
Saw
man
since
has a
2012
work
made his
ethic
UFC
that rivals
debut.
anybody in this
September
division.
4th,
Huge spot for Paddy
2021.
Pimblett tonight.
9 wins in a row. Huge chance for Paddy to become champion here tonight in Vegas.
Well, you want to talk about a fighter who checks all the boxes, DC. Here's the UFC featherweight king. Your right-hand
Featherweight
man, Max
champion of the
Brazil.
world is here.
Wrestling
It's
supremacy
Max Holloway.
is always on my mind. He's one of the best fighters and one of the best guys that we know. The pace and the ability to push and press forward is something that the UFC's featherweight division has never really seen. To melt Jose Aldo in the way that he did, to melt Brian Ortega in the way that he did, is truly a compliment to Max Holloway in his preparation, true Hawaiian to his soul, and it shows the toughness that he exhibits.
You talk about a guy ably taking the torch from the Hall of Famer BJ Penn. Max blessed Holloway. Few guys are going to be able to match the cardio. You mentioned the pace and the pressure.
The likes
All
of
eyes on Max
Jose
Holloway
Aldo,
yet again here tonight.
BJ Penn.
Max Holloway. Ready to
How he's going to
engage
handle
another
the
high-profile
raw,
matchup here tonight.
brutal Paddy Pimblett.
Our tale of the tape for this lightweight championship fight. We
UFC
go inside
lightweight
the octagon.
championship
Here
of the
is
world.
Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. It's time! And now, 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC lightweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Paddy the Baddy Pimblett! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, presenting the former UFC featherweight champion of the world, Max Blessed Holloway!
Referee Herb Dean will handle the action in the
The
octagon.
Paddy
Well, he
Pimblett.
might be the best
Max
volume
Holloway.
striker in the game. Max Holloway back on the
Another
proving ground. We'll see if he
UK-US
can get the hands going
clash.
early in this fight. And not a guy who needs much of a feeling out process. He's probably going to throw 500-plus strikes tonight unless he gets a finish. All eyes on Max Holloway, as usual, as we get this one started. Oh, how good was that combo?
Oh, Pimblett responds with a knee.
Out of here soon, DC.
Flying knee.
Done. I mean, when you get hit with a shot like that, you don't know whether to run, hide, grab, or wrestle. He's confused. He's as confused as he was in his first test.
Oh, big jab. Oh, and a kick. Pimblett, the ground game.
Back and forth.
He passed the half guards.
Going to the back, sitting now.
Oh, reverses the position there. Nice transition by Holloway.
Into an
That
armbar.
is tight.
An armbar. Armbar's lost.
Oh, he's out of
Pimlett's
danger.
out.
Great submission.
Great
defense. He was
submission.
able to take his arm out
Gain
and
and
stay
defense
safe.
by
All right, so
the
look at that.
Paddy
The cut
Paddy.
has been opened around that eye area.
He's taking shots over and over again to that area, and now he's dealing with a cut.
Oh, and the hot kick lands. Man, Holloway at his relentless best. No breathing room for him.
Great punch.
Back to his feet.
Nice jab. You can see the blood and the cheek around the face area, Paddy.
It won't take many of those.
Well, he rocked him,
Got
but
that long flowing hair. He's going to hide a lot of the blood. Oh, Paddy. Superman punch.
Every time he lands
Holloway.
He hurt people bad, and this guy has hurt very bad.
Side control now, and certainly I would think more offensive options for the bottom fighter than in the half.
Absolutely more offensive options, because now you can just...
Oh, Paddy, he's got Holloway on the ropes now. But Holloway fighting back. Holloway. Oh. Blood on Paddy.
And this is a great fight.
It's around that eye.
These guys are just letting it all hang out.
Kick again. Oh, that is so beautiful there. Thinking an armbar. Sickly smooth by Paddy Pimblett.
He might get a finish here.
Nice. Oh, but just look at the state of Paddy. Holloway is unrelenting. He's beaten Jose Aldo, he's beaten DJ Penn.
All right, so the round is over. You see, obviously, the fighter has a cut on his cheek sustained in that round, but better to be below the eye than above it. The cut man is in there trying to close it up.
The brutal
So the crowd voicing its appreciation after that round.
that
We
you
had a
can only
knockdown
find
courtesy of a punch
when I stream UFC
DC,
5
here's your highlight.
It was straight.
on
He threw him in
Goddess_Kira.
combination and landed that big punch that really did hurt his opponent. Lesser men would have been done. He's got a tough guy in front of him. He will have to go back to this again. He will have to get back to this action if he wants to get the desired finish.
Making Paddy a lot more vulnerable.
You ready to fight? Ready.
Round 2 is underway. Do you believe it? This next round is underway.
The cuts again goes Holloway.
Crowd going bananas. Big opportunity for both fighters.
These are the types of fights that makes it so fun to sit right next to the octagon and call it.
Brutalize the body now.
And back to his feet. Well, you know this is the hurt business, and both guys are compromised at this stage of the fight.
Yeah, both guys are compromised. Both guys have been beat up. Both guys
Look,
are hurt again.
Oh! Head kick. Nice takedown by the baddie.
He didn't stay the course. He mixed it up. He went high when his opponent thought he was going low, and now he got him hurt very bad. Oh, my goodness. Oh, nice right hand.
Just over 3 minutes to go. Oh, and now pulling
Oh,
guard. No.
smooth armbar again.
He posted a great submission defense display by the opponent.
Might be a submission attempt here, champ.
I mean, you cannot sit in a full guard. When you sit in the full guard, you give these guys so many opportunities.
He's thinking his own armbar, and the armbar
Oh, looks like that
is
submission's
locked in.
almost locked
Starting to get
Paddy,
pretty deep here.
nice reversal. A expert in the art of position defense. Oh, and Holloway so close to relinquishing the belt there to Paddy. Paddy, Pimblett. It's over. Paddy Pimblett.
Well, make no mistake about it, he is getting 2 paychecks tonight as he gets the big TKO victory. Wow.
That's unbelievable. It was crazy to watch his finishing.
You wouldn't think he was the winner.
As he got that massive victory. It was amazing, John. It was amazing.
Paddy almost reluctant to end the fight in that way, but it doesn't matter. Paddy, the Paddy Pimblett, the new UFC lightweight champion.
Is called to stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 4 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by TKO and new UFC lightweight champion of the world, Patty the Patty Pimblett.
Oh, what a moment there it is for the new UFC
What a brutal
lightweight champion. I'm
clash.
not crying. You're crying. You crying?
I mean,
You've just seen
it's hard not to feel emotional when you watch someone accomplish something that they set out to do so long ago. Congratulations to the champ. He did a great
next up
job
is
in winning this belt.
the middleweight championship fight. Chimaev against Magmadov. Of course, last time Chimaev was in the octagon, a vicious, crucial seconds win.
UFC middleweight contender. He has emerged through the gauntlet at 185 pounds, and tonight that elusive crack at UFC gold.
Just getting here is the compliment, because the waters are sharp and messy every single time you walk into the octagon. You are
Magmadov
challenged at the highest level. So to get here is one thing. It's another thing to become
fighting
a champion.
out of the rough
He feels like tonight is his night to
city
complete
of
the journey,
Dagestan.
to finish writing his story and walking away with a championship belt.
There is a little bit of friction on this matchup.
Entered UFC 11-0.
Well equipped to bottle that emotion and realize success on a big stage. It is this #1 contender. Those questions give way to answers here in a moment.
And here comes the UFC middleweight champion.
All right, so here's the world beater, Khamzat Chimaev. Wicked relevant in 2 divisions. Every time he sees you, he tries to take you down. Gotta think he's gonna try to wrestle here tonight.
That's exactly what he does, right? He wants to impose himself on his opponents. He wants to show his dominance when he's inside the octagon, whether it's on the ground in the grappling, as we saw in Kevin Holland, or whether it's him striking, as we have seen in the beginning of his UFC career. He has all the skills, but it's the mindset of Khamzat Chimaev that separates him from most fighters in both weight classes that he competes in.
And with respect to Conor McGregor and everybody else, I'm not sure that any athlete has ever taken this sport by storm quite the way Chimaev did back in 2020. Let's see how he fares in another big spot tonight.
His last fight ended in a mere few seconds win.
Our tale of the tape for this middleweight championship fight. Now to get us started, the veteran voice of the octagon, Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. For the undisputed UFC middleweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Shara Bullet Magomedov. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, Khamzat Chimaev.
Huge
One of the best in the business, Hodine, is our referee tonight. All right, so here we are in Las Vegas, Nevada, inside the T-Mobile Arena. This has really become the UFC's home base here in Vegas since 2016, and you competed on that. Oh, right to the mouth. Oh, that looks like some head trauma. Beautiful combination.
Oh, okay.
Missed with that
Magmadov.
What a wild start to this fight, unless, of course, you like defense.
What a great fight so far. These guys are laying it all out on the line.
Oh, head kick.
And
another one.
I mean, this fight is about done. He got hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more.
Maya's getting a bit overzealous and cocky, especially after that last championship match. A he had.
Strong outside leg kick there. This both men going for the finish. Oh, heavy shots continue to rain down. Jesus Christ.
Brutal.
Right, so a swing and a miss there and long.
Oh, and he just kicked his head straight off. Chimaev.
I mean, wow.
We've just received breaking reports that A-Cross has returned back to the United Kingdom alongside Leon Edwards, both men checking into a nearby hospital facility. Leon Edwards with a broken ACL, tore off the bone, so he won't be fighting for a little while. A-Cross has retired.
The official decision is in. Here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 59 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world, Hamzat Bars Chimaev.
Chimaev still middleweight champion. Next up, welterweight clash. Aljamain Sterling, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
He is the Funk Master, Aljamain Sterling. We talk so much about the state of this 135-pound division, how it's never been stronger, and yet this guy's starting to distance himself from the pack a little bit. Outstanding grappler, and more often than not, he's going to have a big advantage in that one.
Yeah, that's one of the things that separates Aljamain. Is that he's one of those guys that tells you what he's going to do.
He is loving life, he is partying
Nothing's more
his way
discouraging for
to
a
the
fighter
octagon.
than to know what you have to defend and still not be able to defend it. Aljamain Sterling is a beast.
Now, he did hint to us in the fighter meeting that he thought he could win this fight without chaining takedowns, so perhaps we'll see a strike-heavy approach here from Sterling early. We shall see. Buckmaster Aljamain Sterling, as usual, ready to battle as he tries to take home the title.
Here comes the great.
All right, so here he is, the UFC featherweight king, Alexander Volkanovski. And we have truly run out of superlatives when it comes to talking about this man and his mixed martial arts acumen. There are three guys who can lay claim to being the greatest featherweight of all time, and yet Alex is kind of distancing himself from that pack.
It's crazy. It's crazy how good Alexander Volkanovski is. I mean, you always knew he could fight. But to see some of the performances as of late, see how he continues to evolve and get better even as the champion is really impressive. And it's a credit to him and all of his coaches.
Alexander the Great Volkanovski, a brown belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, former rugby player.
Alexander the Great. I just like to take note of what I'm experiencing every time this guy steps in the octagon, because it's always something special.
And certainly since he signed with the UFC all the way back in 2016, he has been a promotional workhorse. Strength of schedule as good as it gets, and of course, as he enters competition tonight, can lay claim to 4 combined wins over Jose Aldo and Max Holloway, greatest featherweight of all time. Our tale of the tape. for this
Featherweight Championship clash.
To get us started with the official introductions, we go inside to the veteran voice of the Octagon. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. It's time! And now, 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the world.
Of course, the next few streams will be mute.
Presenting the former UFC
This is the final vocal stream of the Stream-A-Thon.
And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
Alexander Volkanovski,
Herb Dean, our third man in the Octagon for this one.
the cover star of the
All right, here
game.
we go with round 1, and here is Aljamain Sterling. He has been a prolific finisher, but most of his finishes have been of the attritive variety, not in round 1. Breaks his opponents down before eventually getting them out of there. We'll see if Aljo can get off to a good start tonight. Oh, nice combination there. He is just killing him with volume tonight.
Jab, right hand, body shot, kicks. What a masterful show of different techniques and ability to throw in combination.
Volkanovski, nice kick.
To the body, and it lands.
Aljamain Sterling has it reversed
Edge
for.
of your seat action as expected thus far.
What a fight! My
So
goodness,
the
what a
Aldo
fight!
and Max Holloway have fought.
He threw the flying knee and
Volkanovski.
landed to the head. Oh, just opening up on him now.
Oh, tries with the back kick.
And if you take one of them, it's like that one landed right on his head.
Oh, big knee to the body.
Oh, jumping knee, reverse.
Always busy here in the clinch. Lands a nice punch there. Ooh, I got it.
Volkanovski isn't going to have any of that flashy
Under 3
nonsense.
minutes now to go in what has been a very fast-paced opening round here. Strong outside leg kick.
Oh, takedown.
There you go.
Well, not good body language from his opponent here, DC. He's curled up.
No, he's exhausted. He's been beaten.
Well, his opponent seemed to be stuck.
Oh, he's out. It is all over. Volkanovski.
That was nasty.
Two vicious back-to-back jabs. Sterling out cold.
Bruce Buffer now with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout and still the undisputed UFC Featherweight Champion of the World, Alexander the Great Volkanovski.
Alexander Volkanovski, still UFC Featherweight Champion. Alright, we're into the final few matches. It is time for the Women's Bantamweight Championship. Ronda Rousey, Miesha Tate, Holly Holm, Valentina Shevchenko, have all fallen to the Lioness.
Well, she may not be the betting favorite here tonight, but there are a lot of people out there that
And
believe this #1 bantamweight
Jermaine
contender
Durandamy
is the best
perform an upset.
135-pound fighter on the planet. And at long last, she gets a chance to prove it.
She has told us constantly, anytime you are within range of her voice, she will tell you, I'm the best, I'm the champ. Get me an opportunity. She gets that opportunity. And she has lived this week as if she believes everything that she says. She has been sure. She has been confident. That is all rooted in her preparation, which to everyone that knows has been tremendous.
And both champion and challenger have a lot of skills.
Undefeated in pro kickboxing.
This is the best matchup for her in this top 5. We'll see if she can dethrone the queen.
And here she comes, the unbeaten Lioness of the Octagon.
All right, so Amanda Nunes all smiles as she makes the walk here yet again. That was a total domination of Juliana Pena midway through 2022 to get her title back. 50-43, by the way, on one of those judges' scorecards.
That's absolutely incredible. I mean, that is a 7-point scorecard. You don't see those very often in mixed martial arts, but I believe that fight warranted that score, and it showed who Amanda Nunes is whenever she's
Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
She can do it all. She's a fantastic grappler, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. She has tremendous power, and her striking looked fantastic on that night. She's as good as they come, and I cannot wait to see what she does in the octagon tonight.
And she's not resting on her laurels, right? She left American Top Team. You see Roger Crawl among those in her corner, but at this stage of her career, she feels like she's getting better, and that could be problematic for the opposition here tonight.
Undefeated. Since the first pay-per-view. And she beat Ronda Rousey.
All right, now let's get to the tail of the tape for this women's bantamweight championship fight. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. It's time! And now, 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Bantamweight Championship of the World.
Of course, Amanda Nunes in real life beat.
Jermaine, the Iron Lady,
Ronda Rousey and Miesha Tate.
And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, Amanda, the Lioness Nunes.
So Herb Dean, third man in there for this one.
Ready.
James Durandamy,
Right,
Amanda
so here we go
Nunes.
from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, and wherever we are in the world, most fighters on this roster, to a man, to a woman, they want the chance at some point to make this walk here in Vegas.
You absolutely want to fight in Las Vegas. Before it was the MGM Grand, it was the Mandalay Bay. Now it is the T-Mobile Arena, the most beautiful arena in the world, in the home to the biggest UFC fight right now. International Fight Week, the championship fight all across
Nunes
the board.
testing the waters out with James Durandamy.
Real quick leg kick.
Of course, there's no Chris Cyborg in this game.
Combination striking at its best. What a great sequence out of her.
She is just throwing everything with so much confidence.
She was in
Every time
Strikeforce.
she throws, she believes that
She's kind of
she's
known
going
as
to
like one of the
land.
pioneers
And to
for
this
women's
point,
MMA.
she has
Before
done
Ronda
just
Rousey
that.
kind of blew it up.
All right, the Lioness Amanda Nunes
Forget her
able to
name.
land
She's
the
fighting
overhand right
Rousey
early in this one. She's never
on
in a
May
rush per se,
9th.
but don't
May
want to do too
16th.
many of those.
Power defines the female GOAT. Power is her calling card. Amanda Nunes gets forward, and she starts to paw the jab to land that beautiful overhand right that she has put so many to sleep with.
Well, she keeps prioritizing that calf kick, and now her opponent's calf starting to show signs of bruising.
She just took him. She
It's
had
all
to check him
Nunes
before he
at
started.
the moment. Oh, rocking.
Beautiful placement with that hook.
Durandamy.
Great job of finding such a massive shot.
costume
In the
he
clinch,
used
Durand
with the
of his
busted
nose
nose
is
earlier.
bleeding
It might be the
now.
same for
Looks to be cut, perhaps there on the
Durandini,
clinch.
which could force a doctor's
Oh
stoppage.
man, another strike gets through. This could be over soon.
And it is.
How about it?
Jermaine Durandini.
So how about this result
is
tonight? She told us in the
not
fighter
enough.
meeting, I got to get a finish here tonight. She absolutely kept the
Amanda
judges out of
Nunes.
it. That is her signature win, and this crowd enjoyed every minute of it.
Signature win, John. She has never looked better. She said she was going to get a finish. She got the finish. What a tremendous performance
Amanda
by this young
Nunes
lady.
is still the bantamweight women's champ. Who can beat the unbeaten, the unbeatable?
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC bantamweight champion of the world, Amanda the Lioness Nunes.
Amanda Nunes is still bantamweight
Amanda Nunes
champion.
staying perfect.
Alright, the core main event. Chuck Liddell, Israel Adesanya. Here comes the former UFC World Champion. A massive loss at the hands
All right, so for a long
of
time, this
Quinton
man
Jackson.
believed that he was the #1 light heavyweight in the world. He is the challenger out of the blue corner tonight, and with a golden opportunity to prove to the champion that there's a new force to be reckoned with.
He said time and time again he thought he was the matchup. He thought he could
And when
get it done.
Chuck Liddell
He
lost
thought
that
it was
UFC
only a
World
matter of
title,
time before he took the belt from the
Israel
champ. Now he gets
defeated
that opportunity.
a
Words
rival
are
of
only
Chuck's
words
in
until
Tito
you put them
Ortiz.
into action. Tonight he has the opportunity to put all those words into action and become the champion. He is on the verge of something huge.
For a long time, people believed this was the UFC's glamour division, and this light heavyweight contender wants to bring that shine back. Big opportunity for him tonight. A man who needs no introduction.
Chuck Liddell, the Iceman, a legend of the
Has stepped
MMA
into the
world.
octagon. This time, he wants to leave with that championship belt.
Israel Adesanya, unbeaten on
All right, so
pay-per-view.
Israel Adesanya obviously was mashing through the middleweight division until his rival Alex Pineda showed up. But as he gets back on the proving ground here tonight, DC, most people believe on any given Saturday night, this is still the best middleweight in the world.
Well, he's proven it time and time again. He has been the man for so long, it would seem hard for him not to operate in that space. But because he believes in himself, because he recognizes who he is,
Here we go.
he takes wins and losses as good as anyone I've ever seen. But when it comes down to the X's and the O's, the guy and his fight ability, Israel Adesanya is as good as they come. A phenomenal
Israel
kickboxer
Adesanya
and
had some
much
fights
improved
with
wrestling that allows for him
Silva.
to stay upright and make guys fight him where he needs him to.
Really seems as though he is getting closer to that mixed martial arts prime, to your point, in terms of putting all the skills together. Israel Adesanya, the
This is
lifestyle
probably the biggest one of
back
his
in the
career.
octagon here tonight.
Chuck Liddell. The Iceman.
All right, now let's get you our tail of the tape for this light heavyweight championship fight. All right, now for the particulars, he is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the co-main event of the evening. It's time! And now, 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, Israel, the last Airbender, Adesanya.
Herb Dean, our referee for this one. Our round is underway, and that means keep your eyes focused on the handiwork of the Iceman, Chuck Liddell, one of the most decorated knockout artists in UFC history, and showing that the power is still there at this stage of his career. He believes this matchup to be very favorable. He knows his takedown defense will have to be on point more often than not. It has been, and that is the focus for Chuck Liddell coming in here tonight. Oh, clean hook there. Last time Airbenders.
Oh, he's hurt. That one landed clean.
Oh, both men think the exact same thing.
Power shots landing on both sides, and the chins continue to hold up.
Oh, big right hand.
Massive left hand.
This is crazy round of fighting.
What is Israel doing?
Throwing that jab now again, the fighter evades. The Iceman gets touched by that kick right to the body there. Nicely done by the opponent.
Oh,
Now the
takedown from Israel.
Israel Adesanya gets back up. All right, opens the guard, now stacked guard. Motioning for his opponent to stand back up here.
Jab, oh, nice. Ground and pound and again, takedown from Israel.
Nice transition.
Taking submission, he's going for an armbar.
On the other side, he's gonna lock him down, try to pass all the way.
Trying to make the Iceman submit.
Oh, he escapes.
He got out. I mean, wow, that is great submission defense.
Oh, nice job working hard, posting and getting back up. Oh, straight punch.
He's got to start kicking the body, kicking the head. He's just got to start kicking.
Looked like it did stun him a little bit.
Got shocked with the kick. Oh, both men thinking the exact same paw attack.
Make him think he's going low, come right over the top with that beautiful overhand straight punch.
Liddell's nose is bleeding now, so
And the nose.
oh! Both of these guys going all out. High action fight here.
We've seen Lorenzo randomly go down with her nose injury.
Oh!
And we've seen TVs retire with doctor stoppage.
Oh, what a round. How good was that? All right, back to the stools now, and he is no longer
Liddell.
the handsome man we once knew. That gash is getting serious.
You can see the nose.
All right, well, I'm no doctor. I'm not going to diagnose a broken nose, but a huge cut on the bridge, and his opponent continues to attack it.
Continues to attack it as he should. He did the damage. He was the one that landed the shot that opened up that cut. Now he's got to make his opponent pay for it. He was a bit lax in the defense, and now he's got that massive cut on the bridge of his nose.
Ready.
All right, round two. All right, so after one of the more entertaining rounds in recent UFC history, our next round is upon us. Man, those guys both took some serious damage in that
See the
previous
They
nose.
both took some damage, but they both gave
What? Doctor stoppage does exist. I've just seen it. First match.
Outstanding output on both sides.
Between he and MP. Indian doctor
And just
stoppage.
inches away from landing right over the top, right to the target.
Oh,
Let's see if his opponent
both
can
men
survive.
thinking the
I
exact
cannot
same again
believe
with the
he's
paw.
still standing after taking that punch.
Very nice outside leg kick by him there, DC. We'll see if he follows it up here.
He's really driving his shin into his opponent's thigh, beating his leg up.
Liddell's cut right on the bridge of his nose does not look good, folks. We'll continue to keep an eye on it, and you got to think the ringside physician will too. Referee might call him in here in short order. All right, well, he rocked him pretty good, but didn't sort of smell blood in the...
Oh, Liddell. Liddell.
Flush to the head. So I'm going to hit you, and then you hit me. Back and forth we go. This is one of the best fights I've called all year.
Yeah, one of the best fights. And the blood, the
You can see the
injuries
blood
only
also on the
add to
side of the head of
intrigue.
Israel Adesanya.
Who's going to continue down the path and get the hand raised? Both of these guys are so tough. They really have.
Oh, shot. Liddell is out cold to the
that was just a
uppercut.
gorgeous shot to end the fight right there. I'm not even sure the opponent really
Israel
saw it coming, so back to
Adesanya.
the drawing board for him. But for the winner, this is certainly exactly what he was looking for here tonight.
A vicious uppercut. Took Liddell thinking the trademark overhand jab, or hook, rather. But wasn't to be. Israel Adesanya.
Let's get to Bruce Buffer. He has your official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 33 seconds of round number 2. Declaring the winner by knockout, and still the undisputed UFC light heavyweight champion of the world, Israel, the last style bender,
Adesanya, he's
Right, so the
beaten
clean knockout
Tito,
for Israel Adesanya
Ortiz,
tonight,
and
the last
Chuck
style
Liddell.
bender, not forcing the issue as usual, but it is a pretty thing when he puts somebody away.
Well, if you press Israel Adesanya, he will put you to sleep. Once again, he proves
And the
why
main
he's one of
event
the
is
best
going to be for the
fighters
world
in
title.
UFC history.
Quinton Jackson, Rampage. Sorry, Quinton Rampage Jackson against Daniel Cormier.
Well, here he is, folks, a true renaissance man, the future UFC Hall of Famer, Daniel Cormier. So, father of two, high school wrestling coach, two-division UFC champion. But it wasn't enough to just be in the game. Now you're commentating your own walkout.
It's magic. It's magic, John. I am now add magician to my list of accomplishments as I
Daniel
walk to the
Cormier, a
octagon,
former
at the same time
UFC
holding
World
the walk
Champion,
to the octagon, and I must say, of all
former
the
light
octagon
heavyweight
walks,
champion,
this
fought
has to
for
be the best one
some
that
wars
I've
with
come with. Tucks his shirt
John
into
Jones.
his pants, tucks his pants into his socks. What a fashion statement Daniel Cormier makes as he walks to the octagon.
And people who really know you know how much humility there is underneath those 235-plus pounds. But what you have accomplished in mixed martial arts is not going to be duplicated by a lot of individuals. The boxing, catching up to the wrestling, shout out to Rosendo Sanchez and Javier Mendez, Bob Cook, everybody else. You have really become one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world and put that status on the line yet again here tonight.
Thank you, John. You're so sweet.
And here he comes, the world champion. He beat Chuck Liddell on
Right,
the
here he
3rd
is,
of
the
March.
undisputed baddest man on the planet, the UFC heavyweight champion. And man, does he have
now
all the
Rampage to
confidence and the
defend.
self-belief that comes with that distinction.
Yeah, when you're the baddest man on the planet, you are confident. You have to be a bit arrogant, a bit cocky.
Daniel
That's what
Cormier.
this guy has. He has been here on so many different occasions. This is like another night in the office, but you can never tell by the way that he prepared. You watch him prepare, he treats every one of these defenses as if it's the first time he's fighting for a UFC championship.
No, you put that well. He has had that patented intensity about him this week, trying to occupy some head space in the challenger.
Whether it was
Huge
the
heavyweight
UFC,
title
whether
fight
it
is
was
upon us.
Pride.
Come on now, folks.
Quinton Jackson.
So much
hardest,
UFC history has played out here at T-Mobile Arena
toughest
in Las
heavyweight
Vegas, Nevada. Plenty more where that came from tonight.
in mixed martial art.
Our tale of the tape for this heavyweight championship fight. And now to get us started, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Daniel D.C.
Daniel Cormier, current UFC commentator.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is a former UFC light heavyweight champion, Quinton Rampage Jackson!
Herb Dean
Uruguay
already
UFC
ready
World
for this
Heavyweight
fight.
Championship, Quinton Rampage Jackson.
Las Vegas,
Daniel
Nevada.
Cormier.
This is the fight capital of the world. With respect to anywhere else
Daniel
you wanna
Cormier,
go.
big
If I'm a fighter,
big
if
win
I'm an
over
athlete in
former
combat
champion Cain
sports,
Velasquez.
this is where I want to be.
You want to fight. He's hurt bad.
Oh! Beautiful combination. Big shots being landed on both sides here. Oh, big shots raining down. All right, stacked guard here, DC. The feet are on the hips. What does that mean?
I mean that he's out. He's out. The moment you get the feet on the hips, all he's got to do now is
The
just straight
side
leg.
saddle,
He's got to kick
for an
you
arm
down,
triangle.
choke.
The
Oh,
choke
that
is
looks
on
wicked tight.
Rampage.
Oh, he's getting submitted.
Oh, he gets out.
He was able to get his momentum going back. He wanted it back in the opposite direction to get his hips back and his chest down towards the mat.
And you just spilled your popcorn all over the broadcast
absolutely
tape.
did, John. You know I love popcorn. Heard it again.
Oh, he gets up. The question is for how long?
How long? How much more
Under 3
punishment can
minutes
Rampage
now to go in
take?
what has been a very fast-paced opening round here.
What a great
Like-
combination.
Like the win over Chuck Liddell.
Uppercut is true. Big strike lands.
Big strike lands. Now he looks to try to chase down that finish. Oh, landed some big shots, too.
All right, so now we start to see some redness underneath the elbow. You got to think he's going to continue to attack the body with all of his strikes. Cormier's trying for a
There's a
submission here.
Thinking a Kimura
Oh,
lock.
looks like he's got the submission locked in. He's in
He
real
stretches
trouble.
that arm.
This could be the end of the fight. He
To
gets
the
out,
end.
though. Wow.
Yeah, he did a great job of straight. Followed the momentum going in that direction to free himself from that Kimura attempt.
Oh, these ground strikes are just
Ground
brutal.
strikes, it's just
Oh, and he
brutal
moves into half guard.
by
Cormier's looking for that arm
DC.
triangle. Oh, he's got it locked in.
He's got that arm triangle deep. He's going to go to sleep. It's over. The fight's over.
It is all over. Daniel DC Cormier.
Absolutely remarkable what this fighter was able to accomplish here tonight. As you can see, the years of repetitions in the gym to set it up and ultimately get the tap there. Great technique to set up the finish.
Daniel
All right,
Cormier
let's take a look back at the replay
is
as he
the
gets
new
it
world
done by submission
heavyweight
tonight, champ.
champion.
You know, this guy has such a great submission game that you cannot lay in his guard. He's so skilled, he's so tricky, and he's so good at weaving a web that gets you lost in it that he made him pay for it tonight and got the submission victory.
The official decision is in. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 53 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by submission due to an arm triangle choke. And new undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Daniel D.C. Cormier.
Daniel DC Cormier.
All right, so yet another submission win for one of the greatest of all time, Daniel Cormier, not leaning on those judges tonight.
Was able to find his position to end the fight. As expected, he got a lot of takedowns, and those takedowns led
Cormier
to submission.
is the new world champion. And that is it. That concludes UFC 6 Volition in Vegas. Performance of the night, submission win, Daniel Cormier. Performance of the night, KO, Chimaev. And fight of the night, Paddy Pimblett against Max Holloway. And with that, make sure to tune in tomorrow, March 28th at 8 PM for Assassin's Creed Valhalla.